in Brooklyn and Compton. But with that gang, they make a profit. On top, say pop it. Look, see, I was the high school slick Rick, I was styling. Fat gold chain with an African medallion. Hip-hop connoisseur and rolling 20 gripping. Rap game real tight, freestyle was magnificent. All about the clout and all about my dividends. Them older couldn't tell me different. I need a roundaway girl to live with.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the Baltimore Ravens. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. He's at the 40, the 20, and he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Ravens. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for the team to just score, their defense have to be more aggressive now. They'll be bold. They're playing with a lead and it really lands momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big win early.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll start on the ground with Hubbard. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Corral to throw on 1st and 10. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 23 yards on the play.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Terrace Marshall, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers march right down the field on the opening drive to take a first-quarter lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll start the drive with Drake. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast, the linebackers don't have a chance.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Brian Burns, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The defense is always talking about not letting Lamar Jackson get comfortable. A good job there on his opening drive of making him uncomfortable.
And you're talking about doing it so early in the game because all week long, there's been anxiety on the defensive side of the ball. How do we keep this guy hemmed in? How do we tackle him? To get it done that early, that's got to feel great for them.
To try again after the sack. Jackson, that's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
Yeah, they held them to just 7 points. And if you rewatch the game tape, and I did multiple times, it was amazing to me that the other guys even got 7. They were absolutely dominating on that side of the football.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On 2nd down, here's a run. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Jackson. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Tucker's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Corral on 2nd down. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Corral to Moore there, good for a Carolina first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Going deep downfield for Ross, and it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory lap. Early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes it's his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll go option to the short side. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now it's Jackson. That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get the field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Corral. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
And the tight end goes in motion left. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. The Ravens at 3-6 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked what...
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Well, for Lamar Jackson, we know all about how dangerous he is running the football, but he can really just sling it as well, and he connects on a big one there. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Panthers will get the football back. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. On 2nd down and 4. Corral. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Corral from the gun on 3rd down here. And that is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game. The coverage has been tight in just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
They'll go back to Edwards on 1st down. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right in midfield at the 50.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, That's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down. Here's Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 39. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Now, coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moved.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now, after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll look to throw here. And this is caught by Watkins. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something different.
Touchdown! Devin Duvernay. A touchdown on a kick return and now run through the air. And the Ravens will extend their lead here just before halftime. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. These guys will take a 10-point lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This taken in at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
They gave it a shot with a deep pass, but it wasn't going to work there. And now there's less time for them to try and get 3 before the half. Let's see what they dial up on this next snap.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's got room. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Corral. The ball away, and it falls incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Corral looking to throw it. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. 3rd down, Corral. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. Tucker with the extra point. That'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
To throw again on 2nd down. Corral. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Hubbard. And it would appear he's going to be short of a 1st down as he's stopped right around the 29. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down.
Forget knowing where the 1st down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Fourth down. Here's Corral. Thomas has got it. Complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So they were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. you're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide, usually going to pick up a holding call.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. 4th down, Corral looking to throw it. He's got a man, complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Here's Corral on first down. He gets this one to Hubbard, complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Straight ahead with Hubbard. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Corral. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 34. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the Sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Brian Burns, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Throwing is Jackson. He's got a man, complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fields it right around the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Now a pause, so there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And we're in Baltimore. 3rd quarter action. 2nd and 10. And Corral will throw it. And now here is another interception. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. But Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out as confidently as they've been playing. I expect them to do exactly that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25.
Boys, we got this. Yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Fakes the handoff here. Corral. He's got the connection to Moore. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, Corral. Throw left side complete. That's Ross. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Corral. Flushed out right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take over here up near the 40.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season, and add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He's got a man, complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. When you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. And tackle them almost on the spot, that means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 3rd and 1, Corral. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. A first down throw here for Corral. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Ravens force the turnover. And they'll take over at the 10. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah,
and now this is intercepted. My goodness. Brandon Smith puts it on, and he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Piñeiro's extra point up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded inside the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this 4th quarter. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 2nd and 5. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, Jackson. 23 yards on the tuck and run. The Packers going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. On the option, here's Drake. And he'll be taken down at the 34. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Wide open is Watkins. He's got it. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 13-yard line. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some prime-time games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
They certainly are, and I'm going to tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all, but in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
You see, it's two type of people in life. It's people that wake up and wish they had it. And it's people that wake up and go get it. We go get it, baby. Let's go. Photo poor, so photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it. All my life I've been a go-getter. All I know is to go get it. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Photo poor, so photogenic. All my life I've been a go-getter. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it.